for all platforms I mentioned. The WhatsApp number, just in case you want to start sending in those messages early as I reel out the big stories. The WhatsApp number 0809 0306416. Once again, good afternoon. To my first big story, APC Rivers conducted LG congresses despite maintained status quo court order. Interesting, right? Now, on Friday, like I said, I was not around, but I followed up conversations via, social media, and I read that about 3 aggrieved members of Rivers APC went to court, and the court, in summary, ordered that status quo should be maintained. Sometimes I really do not understand, the courts, the system, their lingua. We've had maintained status quo cause a lot of upheaval in Rivers State. Remember what they can do. If they were going to halt, then they should have halted, not direct with the order. However, the maintained status quo did not have any effect, because I do hear, I'm just following the reports that I read because I was not around once again. I do hear that the APC did hold its local government congresses, the various local governments, on Saturday. So, Tony Okocha-led APC did not take the report seriously. Maybe the argument will be they did not get the orders submitted to them, or, the legal lingua usually is you have to, for the order or the judgment to be obeyed, you have to, make that if the defendant is not present, or whoever the judgment is against is not present in court, then you have to make that information known to the person. So you have to serve the person the judgment. So maybe, I don't know, I'm not making excuses for them. However, they went ahead to hold the Congress on Saturday. And I'm wondering what you're thinking about that, that move by the APC. And since they started with the talks of congresses, they started with the ward congresses, 319, I believe, wards in Rivers State. And, the APC held their congresses therein. Now, according to our in-house bulletin earlier today, the Tony Okocha-led All Progressives Congress APC in Rivers State says it successfully concluded the local government area congress across the 23 LGAs in the state. Speaking at the community town hall in Rumodumaya, Obiakpo LDA, venue of the congress in the area, Mr. Tony expressed gratitude to God for a successful Congress, assuring party stakeholders and supporters that the tenure of the current caretaker committee under his leadership will officially end on December the 5th, 2024. He said in accordance with the APC constitution, all process related to the party's congresses in Rivers State must be concluded before the expiration of the committee's tenure. He also congratulated the newly elected local government executives on their success. He assured that the APC in Rivers State has been strengthened and is now well positioned to win the 2027 elections. He added that the mandate given to him and his committee by the party's National Working Committee has been successfully achieved. All right. Once again, this is despite a court ordering that a status quo be maintained until the determination of the matter before it. All right, so what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on my first big story? I'd like to hear from you, but let's quickly now move to the second big story, and another interesting big story, I should say. Now, remember last week, Wednesday, I believe, before I went AWOL, I was missing in action. We talked about RSIEC and its Ad-hoc staff and the controversy. And I remember asking the question, how do we go about it? What were your thoughts at the time, I asked. Because I was wondering, should we blame the Rivers State government? Should we blame RSIEC? Is it that the Rivers State government is yet to release funds to RSIEC? Or is it that the funds have been released to RSIEC and RSIEC, I beg your pardon, is having difficulties transferring the funds to the Ad-hoc staff because they had once upon a time complained that the banks were the reason for the inability to disburse funds. However, RSIEC may have taken a U-turn because over the weekend I did read the report from our in-house bulletin that RSIEC denies owing Ad-hoc staff. Did I see that very well and correctly? I do not know. That really is amazing to me. So I want to hear from you, but most importantly, I want to hear from those who were Ad-hoc staff during the October the 5th local government election. I want to get their views because could it be RSIEC paid after their plan to protest the media, chat or whatever they did at the time to make the public in Rivers State know about the fact that they are being owed after working as Ad-hoc staff for RSIEC. That's the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission. We'll go for a quick commercial. Do I have one? I think I have a break. No, I don't. So basically, I want to get your thoughts on that one. What do you really think of the situation? What do you really think of the situation? I'd like to hear from you, really. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, and 0817-923-0007. I'm just calling out or reeling out the call numbers. Not your time to take calls because I still have one last big story. I mean, I had a lot of big stories today, a plethora of stories, given the fact that I was away for 2 days, plus what must have transpired over the weekend. I wanted to talk about all of them. I mean, Simon Ekpa, I wanted to talk about that as well, but maybe we'll leave that for another time. But, the third big story that I've selected for today, PDP shifts NEC meeting again. Yeah, you heard me right. PDP shifts NEC meeting. That's the National Executive Council meeting again. But this time, the Governors Forum of the PDP is urging the National Working Committee to hold that meeting, that NEC meeting, by latest February of 2025. So the Magum, I can say once again, has survived because that NEC meeting supposedly was slated for the 28th of November, 3 days from now. However, I think the reason given by the secretary of the party was because the Akwa Ibom State's governors, the Akwa Ibom State governor is burying his wife, I think on the 27th to 29th or sometime around the region. And the reason they postponed the meeting was so that party stakeholders can attend the burial, the funeral. However, some people are disturbed about the postponement. They are not happy. They are saying the Magum is doing that so that he can stay a while longer in office, maybe up until the next Congress. And most especially the North Central, they're not so happy. Ugochiere Ikenga, Imo Ikenga Ugochiere is also not happy. He had a couple of things to say over the weekend. I mean, he did say that the chairman, the acting chairman, and the secretary are always in Wike's bedroom. I mean, there's one of the newspapers that has that headline. What do you make of that? But it means that once again, just maybe, the fight in Rivers State may linger because, like I told you last week before I went away for a few days, that the political brouhaha in Rivers State, to a large extent, has fueled, has excavated, has increased the political infighting in the PDP. So what do you make of this postponement once again? The Magum survives. How does it affect, the party, the PDP, but most especially, like I asked, and I remember now, I know I mentioned it last week on Wednesday, that, there were talks that the PDP meeting, the next meeting, was likely going to be postponed. And I sound like, I told you so, that's how it looks like. But what are your thoughts, basically? And let's get talking. And let's talk for development. I've got some more beautiful conversations coming your way, 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock, so you want to stay tuned. But for now, let's go to the phone lines, let's get talking, and let's hear your point of view on the issues on the review. Remember, I am Kalada Kurubatibo, and this is Hard Facts on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube, Nigeria Info PH. You could take the conversations there. Remember, when we do comment on social media, we take the conversations way beyond the boundaries of River State or even the South, because our reach basically is, I think, Abia, Bayelsa, sometimes Delta, sometimes Akwa Ibom, but most especially River State. So when we comment on social media, we take the conversations way beyond, our scope, our region, and we take it even into the international scene. All right, so back to the phone line, 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003, and 0817 923 0007. These are the call numbers. Let's get talking. Let's hear your point of view. The WhatsApp number 0809-030-6416. Remember to keep your contributions clean. It's a conversation for development. It's conversations to help construct society positively, and not a conversation for destruction. Yeah, so let's see what the Clinton is calling me. Let's see. Let's start with Clinton now. What does Clinton got to say? All right. I think the network is lagging, so I would. Okay. Keep your calls coming through. I just came back, please. Network, behave yourself. But this is good day, Canada. Oh, okay. It looks like. This is Estonia Kucher and those who are bearing witnesses to that Congress held on Saturday against court order will tomorrow come out strongly on air to debunk and deny that the Congress never held, when the chicken will come home to roost. Okucha and courts are still denying 27 on your mandate will shall stand group. He welcomed them to the PDAPC at Polo Club from Stan. Stan, thank you. It's quite unfortunate. You said welcome back, thank you. It's quite unfortunate that Tony Okucha-led APC will go ahead and disregard the court order stopping them from conducting the party's primary election pending the determination of the suit, even when he often accused the state governor of not obeying court orders. Let those who come to equity come with clean hands, you said. Woiko Dinaka from Ilele. I've got Okonkwo from Rumukuta, so let's now go to the phone lines and let's talk. Oh my, I missed that one. Okonkwo, if you can, please do call back. I guess we have any issues. All right, this one says disobedience to court orders. Whose duty is it to enforce court orders? The IGP and its federal minds should be held responsible for disobedience to court orders. Chief Judubani from Omuma. I don't know if it's the IGP. But let's see. This one says the APC in River State will never learn their lessons. History, they say, is the leader's burial ground. It happened in 2019, and they are again repeating the same mistake of 2019. We're watching Tony Kocha and his co-travelers, Imao Taka in Choba. I've got Zion, and Zion is calling from GRA. Hopefully the phone lines are great now. Zion, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon.
The comment credited to Damago, the APC National Acting NWP Chairman.
PDP Chairman.
PDP.
Yeah.
Yes, PDP. then I think there is something beneath it. Our uncle, who is FCT minister, is now losing his grip.
I'm not talking about that statement you're referring to just yet. I've saved that for another conversation. What I'm looking at is an extension of the NEC meeting to sometime in February.
Like the that's what I'm coming to.
Okay, all right.
Why the extension of the meeting? I mean, of his stay in office. The alignment.
Okay.
The government.
I get you now. Okay. All right, I get you now. Let's keep talking.
Since that comment that they banned him not to enter or not to see the president, I knew something fishy is on that.
All right.
And in capital letter, the concept to betray him is now getting a fact. We said it before. All these things he's doing against Rivers State, Rivers people, when the time will come, they will pay him in a hard coin.
All right, Zion.
Damago cannot be extended with the present PDP governors and some stalwart in the PDP. Don't forget, it's all about the calculation.
What if your calculations are wrong? Have you thought about it from the angle as well? What if your calculation?
Time will tell.
All right, Zion. I've got to go. Thank you very much. I've got Gift from Yenegua. Gift, welcome. What is on your mind? I would love to hear.
I will welcome you first, Canada.
Thank you very much, Gift.
Yeah, thank you. Let me start with Starship Tony Kusha and the Congresses that held. I think they started with the ward, then to the local government. Next week, Saturday, will be the state. A big congratulations to them.
Okay.
All this complaint about court gave an order and all the rest, is it Tony Kusha who is conducting congresses in Rivers State? It's not the one. It is the national that is conduct. No state can conduct congresses. And let me remind us, before they went ahead with this whole thing, if you remember, they obtained a court order from appeal court, which is stay of execution. Any other thing you're talking about, imagine, Canada, a situation where you are done and dusted with congresses at the world level. Then later, 3 persons came up again to tell you that they want to stop or they are stopping congresses. It is not done anywhere.
But you know what lawyers will tell you, Gift. You obey the court order until you set it aside.
Now, they should wait. Abdullahi Ganduje will come and obey them. They should stop mentioning.
But I thought, Gift, I thought you all argued that the congresses were being conducted by Tony Okocha. Why are we now calling Ganduje's name?
Listen, understand where I'm coming from. I said no state can conduct congresses on their own.
Okay.
They can direct gifts to conduct congresses in Bayelsa. You understand the point?
But
so they are the ones who directed chief.
So are they bigger? I'm trying to understand. Are they bigger than the court of?
Is that the one court bigger than Supreme Court that says you cannot interfere with the primary?
So why not argue that in court? I mean, because yet again,
that is what is going on in court. They have obtained a stay from appeal court for all the 3 levels. So forget about this naysayers. They will cry and cry. Nothing will change.
All right then.
It's the one of PDP. Let me tell
I've got to go. I've got to go. Gift. There is no time.
My brother,
there's no time. I'm sorry about that. I've got Joseph from LMA. Joseph, welcome. Remember, it's 2 minutes. I'm timing it. I'm looking at the clock, even when I enter.
Good afternoon, Mr. Kalada.
Yeah, welcome.
Yes, Tony Okocha going ahead in conducting local government congresses despite court order. That I think is not surprising because he has a federal mind. But court may determine whether the party will be in ballot by 2027. That will leave that to the court. And Tony Okocha tenure last December. That of the PDP is for eternity. I wonder why Damagun caretakership is on ending.
Okay.
But I pray that the PDP to come to understanding that they're supposed to be an opposition political party. They should not allow themselves to be rubbed in the mud of playing bad politics.
All right.
It's not about the PDP here. It's about the interest of the country. So I think they should wake up and understand that we want formidable opposition in this country. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you for your thoughts there, Robin. I've got Robin from Iche. Robin, oh my. I've got Ida from Inkoro. Ida, welcome. Your time starts now.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Can I keep my mouth in the Kochire case?
Oh, no, that's not my focus.
Okay, let me go to Tono Kocha now. Tono Kocha was shouting at the government, doing court order. I wait court to send them not to go on with this Congress. Tono Kocha with his team go on with this Congress. And court said that Tono Kocha is not the party chairman of AP. They make a decision. They obey the court order. What are we now on one children is very bad. Tono Kocha will come on air, accuse Governor Singh. Hey, you don't obey court order, you don't obey this, you don't obey that. And the one violating the order. What do you want the party to learn from you? Tono Kocha is not the APC chairman of the party. If they make up the thing, whatever Congress they are holding is null and void.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ida from Inkoro, but you would likely want to take into consideration that the Tony Okocha led APC also. I mean, I think was it on Tuesday? Was it on Monday last week? We talked about it. And they are also laying claims to some court judgments, that keeps them in the position of, I don't know what position that is, or maybe leadership of the party. You can say that. But quickly, I want to read some messages via Facebook. Because I want to carry the online community along from, I want to do better in managing responses from different platforms. Emilka JP says the issues of APC, PDP, and RSIEC should be regarded as distractions and not big stories. We should be discussing on how the government at all levels will tackle the issues of the economy, insecurity, development, and how the people will have food on their tables. Thank you. But Emilka JP, how do we focus when there are distractions? I'm just asking. Sorry about that. But Emmanuel Silvanus Okuna Viobo says, yes, the courts can stop an ongoing process just as they tried to stop the LDA elections when it was already in progress. And Chidi Inna says, congratulations to APC. Tango Ability Atwekbu says, PDP shifts neck meeting again. This is what I call delay tactics, he says. All right, let's look at some more messages on Facebook. The network is slow, but I'm going to try. Ogo Jone Justice says, APC will not be on the ballot come 2027. Chris Oka says, APC has already started the process. Can a court stop an already ongoing process? Judiciary is a big threat to our democracy. It's really funny. It's really funny. And I'm going to make this comment, the next segment or the upper segment? I can't remember now. When the court does not dance in your favor or does not beat the drum in your favor, you shout, oh, the courts are corrupt. I mean, some of you who are not so happy with the judgments or the order of the court stopping the Congress of APC were so happy not too long ago with the courts. And those of you who are now happy with the courts, you were not so happy with the courts. Can we see how selfish we can be politically, or will I call it, being biased with our political sentiments? Let's keep reading. Stanley Rentals says, he's watching live from Iberia. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that statement. Brown Tamino says, when PDP is ready to be an opposition party, Nigerians would know. Rotimi Olushola says, God bless you. APC, PDP are all the same, he says. All right. Keep your comments coming in. Let's go back to the phone line. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0002. Okay, am I calling the numbers rightly? 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. and 0817-923-0007. While I'm waiting for your calls to be screened, I'm going to read some more messages. Let's come here. This one says, good afternoon, Kalada. It's unfortunate that RSIEC chairman will come out in the public to try to deceive the public that they have since paid their genuinely recruited ad-hoc staff rather than making sure they pay, which the spokesperson of RSIEC earlier blamed the delay in payment on bank glitches. I was trained and paid 5,000 naira training allowance and worked as SPO, and since then have not been paid. RSIEC should make sure they pay us our stipends and stop lies. Best in Port Harcourt. Best, thank you. But Clinton from Bori. Clinton, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Clinton.
Yeah, on the APC Congress, I want to ask this question. Can you abort a baby that has already been born?
Of course, you can adopt a baby that has been born. Where are you going with that?
I mean abort.
Abort, not adopt. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
You cannot do that. The APC Congress have started. We start with the word Congress. There was no impediment whatsoever stopping that Congress. You cannot come when we are almost done with the Congress and saying we should hold the Congress again.
Clinton, two different examples you've given. Aborting a human being is not possible. Stopping a Congress, not stopping it in itself, but halting it, pausing it, is a very big possibility. So if the court says, I mean, I'm not the court, but I'm saying it's a possibility. If the court says stop for the time being, pending the determination, lower court is a court nonetheless. It could be, what the lawyers would always say, no two matters are the same. And I mean, if the matter was taken to a lower court, why didn't the lawyer of the APC argue that the matter was already before the Court of Appeal? These are the issues.
Canada, understand this. We got a stay of execution
on another matter, right?
On the same matter, which is the
my point is by other petitioners. I'm going somewhere with that question, right? Am I right or wrong?
I understand where you're going to with the question.
Good.
Some persons just want to derail the entire process. And they claim that they bought funds. They bought funds from where, Canada?
My point is, is it a different, or my question rather, is it a different matter that is now being instituted by three individuals? If it is, don't you think that the court has a right to entertain it?
Yes, the law could have given an order. But we have the right to either obey that order or go ahead with what we are doing.
No, that's you flouting the law. I think I disagree with that. I'm not a lawyer, but that's you.
Agree with that?
Yes, I do. Because all court. I mean, if you're appealing, it's a different thing. But you're disregarding the court order, then there is a problem with that. Really, there is.
Because it's an abuse of court.
So you go to the appellate court to argue that the court process has been abused. All right, then, if you say so, but not disobeying court orders. Thank you, Clinton. Oh yeah, quickly use your last 30 seconds. You have 30 seconds left.
All right. RSIEC denying that ad-hoc stars have been paid is a big lie. Fact one: they should give those that work their money and stop deceiving Nigerians. Those people that work, give them their money. Don't lie to us. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Do not lie to us, he says. But I've got Chima from Rumokuta. Chima, welcome. Tell me what is on your mind quickly. I like to hear.
Good afternoon, Sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Tony Okuta, as a politician in Rivers State, is a household name. And I have been defending myself from this APC thing because I know that Tony Okuta is a very wise man.
Okay.
Now, let me tell you one thing that happened between the APC that people don't know. People are shouting, no candidate for 2027. Tony Okuta only did this Congress. Let it be in continuation of the last Congress, the last expos that were disbanded by the National, by the Emeka Beke. So the caretaker cannot be the next year when they will do the next Congress, the next General Congress.
But they
have to conduct a Congress that will go in continuation. So by next year, when there will be a simultaneous Congress, the whole Nigeria, Rivers State will still continue, will still follow again in that Congress. So people should stop saying that, maybe stop thinking that the APC will not police candidate. They are just wasting their time.
Tony Kota played a very good politics. He don't deceive all of them. These people now, this ESCO you're seeing now, are the ESCOs that the national will work with, so that they are working with Tony Kota. By next year, when the National Congress will commence, these people now will still step down, and the new Congress will go again because
Chima, have you taken out time to read the events that led to APC being absent?
No, Canada, let me tell you something. I just reveal something to you. That is not my area of interest.
You wouldn't dictate how the conversations will go, right? I'm supposed to be the director of the conversation. Now, you've made a point, and I listened to you carefully. But the question, I have a right to ask you a question, and the question simply is, do you know about the events that led to the APC not being in the ballots in Rivers State 2019? Yes. Do you know the story?
I know about it.
You know, it was still Congress. Okay.
Understand? Was the national? That's what I'm talking about. It's the National Congress, National Congress. But this Congress now that happens now, it's for a continuation. These people now, this ESCO, will be in continuation about those people that were removed by National, which is the Emeka Beke. By next year, when the normal Congress again will happen in the whole Nigeria, APC again will still do a Congress again.
All right. You seem not to get my question, but thank you nonetheless, Chima, for calling in. I've got Hector from Ogbogoro. Hector, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you. Hector, can you hear me? Hector, are you there? Hello, anybody home? All right, Hector seemingly cannot hear me. So let's go to George. And George is calling from Buguma. George, it's good to have you.
Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
I want to say that, of course, you know that APC has not won any election in Rivers State. And it's a pity to that. And haven't known that and worked on themselves and to see how they can, if at all, because as it is now, even in the country at large, I doubt if you come to terms with the reality of things on ground, I don't see anyone who want to take part with that party, but not.
Speak for yourself, please. Now, Isaiah George, you know the rules. You do not generalize on the show. Speak for yourself. People are members of the party.
A little on that.
No, people are members of the party, so you would not say there is nobody who will. That's your general statement, please.
Now, it is very disheartening to hear that leaders of the party, instead of throwing the part of the law, when the court has given, you hear them say in every news house that the moment the court give order, you must everyone is bound to obey. But you can see the court say execution, and they said that the status quo should be maintained, but yet they violate that one, and they are interpreting. Even ordinary callers like me are now lawyers and judges interpreting.
All right, Judge, I've got to go.
So that just to suit them. It's very unfortunate. Let's just see how the end turns out.
All right, thank you very much. I've got to go. It's unfortunate, he says. But let's quickly go back to the Friday in-house bulletin and take a list. Earlier I was saying that maybe they were not served, but this is how they reacted, to that court order. And this is the spokesperson of that faction, Chibike Kenga.
The right to protest is a democratic principle. Therefore, every citizen has a right to protest any draconian law. Am
I playing the right soundbite? It sounds... I do not know. I think that's supposed to be the right soundbite, right? So let's
The
take a
right
listen.
to protest is a democratic principle. Therefore, every citizen has a right to protest any draconian law. Executive Order 21 and 22 are draconian and tyrannical. You cannot
Okay, I think I am playing the wrong. I may have made a mistake. Sorry about that. But let's try again, because I want you to hear from the APC directly. My. How did I make that mistake? All right, just give me a second there. All right, while I'm waiting to get the sounds and I'm trying to get it right, let's come here. This one says Anonymous, RSIEC is lying. KD, RSIEC is now lying to defend itself like the INEC and the police. I was an ad-hoc staff. The parties involved only gave us the usual field money, not from RSIEC. Please, RSIEC should prove evidence of payment after collecting our account details. Even if they are saying some people smuggled in themselves for the job, why did they still accept the results from the wards and polling units of those who smuggled in themselves for the job? Is RSIEC not directly or indirectly saying the election was flawed? Is RSIEC not indicting itself by saying some of those who smuggled in were not hired by them? Why did they not invalidate the results in those polling units in that case, but still went ahead to announce winners in those polling units from anonymous source? All right, what do you make? I mean, that's a great argument, right? What do you make of that argument? I'd like to hear from you. But let's come here. This one says both APC, National, and Rivers have been known to be disobedient to court orders. APC will not be on the ballot in Rivers State come 2027. Ugo Jonah Justice watching from Abuja. All right, thank you. This one says good day, color. APC is always out of ballot except in 2023, so it's not new. You don't say out. It was just in 2019 that they were not in the balloting. So I'm going to stop reading that message. This one says the PDP disciplinary committee are the most unserious set of people you will ever see. All the excuses they are given rest on the fact that they do not have the capacity to call the chief offender to order. Finally, arrest my case. Yeah, thank you. Simply goodness from Alakaya. This one says, I am one of the ad-hoc staff from Gukana, and I want to tell you for free that RSIEC is yet to pay any one of us. Governor Fubara should do and act fast and pay our money because we worked for the state. Joseph from Gukana. All right, Joseph, thank you. This one says, Beauty in Port Harcourt. It's good to be back as well. Thank you very much. Thank God Ability at Twig, I've read your message. Emil Kamandi, I've read your message. Let's come here. This one says, Tony Okocha ignores court order, conducted APC local government congresses. This is what Nigeria is all about. We see lawlessness everywhere. Some people are made to be above the law. Tony Okocha led APC reiterated to take over Rivers State in 2027 election. This is laughable and does not hold water. I want to Clinton West. All right. Okay, so let's listen to some of these sounds as it relates to the reaction. My network is terrible. All right, so let's take a listen to this now. Right, let's listen to Chibike Kinga, who reacted to maintaining status quo. Right. The network is crazy, really. Oof.